Anchor Church, hope you are doing well. Welcome to this week's edition of Going Deeper. Our goal with this short video is to give you some content to take Sunday's message and turn it into conversation, turn it into application. This is, in essence, allowing you to be a group leader. That whether it's just within your own home, with roommates, or maybe you want to have someone else watch this video as well, then you FaceTime each other or meet up at a coffee shop. But this video will allow you to take Sunday's content and put it into conversation, put it into action. So this week we talked about Titus chapter 2, verses 1 through 10. You can view that video previous to this one if you'd like to get the full context. But it is Paul telling Titus how to lead the local church. And it talks about every area from older men all the way down to slaves in the household. It's everyone in between, talking about gender, talking about age. And the main message is how everyone contributes to being a part of the community. Everyone is a leader. Anchor Church, I want to tell you again, you are a leader. You have a part to play in building this church. We talked about this story about when I dressed up like a cowboy and I could look the part, but I couldn't live the part. And to be honest, I didn't even really look the part that well. And this concept that a cowboy dresses like a cowboy, not so that they look like a cowboy, but a cowboy has purpose, has vision, has intentionality, and then looks and behaves in the way that is most helpful for that purpose. Church, I want to tell you, we have a purpose. We are called to great influence. And so we do not just try to appear a certain way. We let our purpose dictate our behavior. That we are captivated by the gospel of Jesus, and we want to translate that into influence in our world, influence in our community. And when we have a calling, we have a vision, we have a purpose, that begins to affect the way that we live and the way that we behave. So this message was all about letting the gospel truth translate into godly living and how we live out a life of influence. Here's some questions I want you guys to chew on, whether this is by yourself, but hopefully with somebody else. Is this, what kind of example is my life for the future of the church? The DNA for the next generation is inside of us today. That we are building a church that outlasts us, and we can just point out and point out problems and wish that things were different, or we could live out the example. So here's the question. The church that we hope tomorrow looks like, am I living that out by example here today? What kind of example is my life for the future of the church? Here's the next question. We talked about how everyone has experiences that they can bring to the table. No matter what their age or level of influence seems to be, everyone is activated in ministry. So here's the question I want you to ask. What experience do I have that can be helpful to others? These experiences might be positive experiences. Some of these may be difficult experiences that you had in your past. But what experiences do you have in life that can contribute, can be helpful to others in our community? The follow-up question, what area in my life could I use the wisdom of someone else more experienced? What area of my life could I actually use some wisdom, whether it is relational, financial, parenting, marriage, school, whatever it is? What is it that in your life you could use someone else more experienced wisdom in your life? And then the follow-up to those two questions is, how am I pursuing community? Church, we grow best when we grow together. How are we pursuing community? What's it look like to whether it's digitally, phone call, FaceTimes? What's it mean to invite someone to your house? What's it mean to walk through these going deeper conversations with somebody? We are to be pursuing community, seeking out wisdom and finding opportunities to let our experience be more helpful and engaging to the community around us. Here's the last question. We talked about eliminating any barrier that would prevent people from being attracted to our Savior. So is there anything in my life, in my behavior, that could be a barrier to someone else receiving the good news of Jesus? Man, the life of following Jesus should be attractive. And what does my life look like? And how can I live in such a way that breaks down any barrier from someone else finding hope in Jesus? So again, please take this content. You can rewind and pause and go back through these questions, but would you discuss these questions? Would you take Sunday's content, go deeper? And Anchor Church, love you so much. So excited for next Sunday. Church Planting 101, walking through Titus will continue. Have an amazing week, and we'll see you soon, Anchor.